A 3-year journey has taught me a lot about gardening and being intentional. Today's video will showcase how I work through my garden with set zones to ensure every area is well taken care of. Good morning, garden friends. Today I'm going to be working in zone 6, which is over here behind the greenhouse area. Now, as you guys know, I work in zones to sort of keep me reeled in so that I can stay focused and get things done. And it does, to an extent. It keeps me on track. And with us having all of this rain, I'm sort of forced to make sure that I work in zones so things can get done and I can maintain the garden. So let me turn the camera around. I'll show you the area that I'm going to be working on today and some of the things that I'm going to be doing. So it's cleaning up, and I'm actually adding some annuals over here that can handle part sun, part shade. So let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this is the area that I am going to be working on. This right now is my supposed part shade area that I have my hostas, my Linton rose. That there is a hydrangea, and I don't remember which one it is. I got some roses back here that I need to cut back. That here is a hydrangea that I did from propagating. That is the Annabelle. Let me get that shade. That is the Annabelle that we moved from zone 1. And I'm kind of hoping by having it over here, having the shade of the trees, so that when it rains, it will not be beating down my plumes. It's not gonna give me another flush, but I'm okay with that. I just wanted to get this one, and then that's the second one that we dug up over here so that it can start taking root and be ready for next season. But yeah, what I'm going to be doing, like I said, is cleaning up this bed. I have some of my Linton roses that the flowers are spent, and I just want to get them cleaned up over here. I'm looking at putting some impatiens like over in this area. I have another rose that I am debating on whether or not that guy is going to stay there, for the simple fact that it doesn't get a lot of sun. It doesn't seem to be doing too well over here. So that might end up getting dug up. But guys, look at my heucheras. Like I said, before, these guys would not be this vibrant this time of year, especially with the heat wave that we've had. So, and as you guys know, my zones are tagged. So this is zone 6 that I'm going to be working on, getting a lot of things cleaned up, planting some items in here, some perennials, and going from there. That's another rose bush back there. It has been a bad year for my roses this season, and I don't know why. So that guy might end up coming out. I do know part of the reason is because of that horrible freeze that we had. They really did a number, and I was trying my best to salvage them. So it doesn't seem to be working out as well. And then my Tiny Tough hydrangea, I did not think I was going to get blooms because that too had hugely been impacted by the frost. So let me go ahead, get my tools, get my bag, and go ahead and get zone 6 taken care of, and new plants planted back here. Now the one thing that I am doing is I had this monkey grass lined up all along here, and guys, look how long these roots are. That's a good 12 inches. That actually went back all the way here. I see another one. These guys, you know, my intent was to have something uniform, but yeah, I don't like how these guys are taking off over here. So I'm going to end up putting some, what are those, impatiens over in this shade area. All right, so I got the bed all cleaned up, especially with my Lenten rose, all of the dead flowers off of it. As I stated, I'm adding some additional plants back here. I got another encore that I'm going to plant there. And then I had plopped in some impatiens. Now, I know during the garden tour, I had a lot of people asking me how in the world was I getting this rose to bloom as profusely as it did, with this being a shaded area. This only stays shaded until about maybe about 1 o'clock. And then the sun is over here, but it's filtered, so it's not like direct sun, but it's enough to have my rose bush here bloom. But I'm so loving, you know, the fact that I got this cleaned up, even though there's like a lot of green back here. It's part of the reason why I went ahead and put in some of the impatiens over here. And I love the contrasting colors of green back here. I'm going to be adding some additional plants. Now, one of the things that I did, so these are some of the annuals that I ended up putting in here. And I love these polka dots. That's what those guys are. To give that contrasting color with the lamb's ear. And then these guys are, what are those? Not buddies. I'll put the name up of these yellow annuals. But I think with the pinks and the different shades of the greens back here, ends up looking really nice back here. And then I did tuck in some coleus. Guys, look at that color. And I think mixing it in with the different shades of my heuchera is just perfect. I love it. More, what are these? Vincas. I worked in here, and then I had an extra of my boxwoods. Now, because these guys end up being round, I'm going to just go ahead and let them grow the full size, because I did have another one back there that I tucked in. But this area is looking really good with just, you know, me plopping in, you know, the bright pink colors of the vincas and the impatiens in the more shaded area. Now, I did get a rose bush because I'm going to go ahead and dig this guy out. And let me show you guys this, because I really do think that the reason why it's not looking as healthy is because of the really horrible freeze we had earlier this year. I mean, I tried to cut off what was damaged, but this just makes no sense. So I did get a new rose that I am going to place over here that has that bright, I think it's salmon color to it. And then because this area gets a little bit more sun, I had some zinnias that I plopped over in here because zinnias like it nice and hot. Cleaned up my candy tuff up to zone 6. And this here, guys, I so love this. This here is my mini mauvette in a reblooming. And you see how these guys have aged, which I love. You can see the new growth that's coming in. So now all I need to do, and I have my bags of mulch, is to, after I get the azalea and the rose bush planted, do like a nice mulching because I have watered the beds. Okay, so the garden bed is all done. As I stated, I planted an azalea back here, and I think it'll definitely complement my hydrangea back here. And I did a light mulching of the bed pretty much where anything new was planted, so that the fact that I watered the bed, keeping the soil moist for the plants to be able to take root. I think those, the two golden boxwoods, golden ring boxwoods, by letting these guys get their full height and stay round, I think that'll end up also adding some winter interest. And like I said, having that pop of pink between the impatiens, the vincas, my sun patience here, and then the zinnias, I think ends up just finishing it off. And then those are the two rose bushes that I ended up planting back here, and they will have like that salmon color rose to it, and those guys will get 4 foot tall by 3 foot tall by 4 foot wide, and I think that'll end up looking nice there. And hopefully we will not have a horrible winter to where the garden is negatively impacted. But guys, zone 6 looks amazing. And like I said, part of gardening is learning from each other, and to see something that I have instituted into my garden journey, seeing others have benefited from incorporating it into their garden journey. And that's whether you work a full-time job or, a full-time family. And it just shows, no matter how long you've been on YouTube, you can learn and gain valuable information from other gardeners. Well, guys, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I hope you enjoyed watching my video and the benefit of working in zones. If you enjoy my content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. I hope you can get into your garden today.